What does that debt profile look like relative to income?
Well, when we look at debt, I think it's good to look at the amount of interest that people are paying, and that has skyrocketed along with consumer credit card debt. And so that's a problem. And certainly we see this debt as being unsustainable, especially if we continue to see some weakening in the labor market, which we do anticipate. And also if wages don't rise as rapidly overall as what we saw over the last couple of years. So I think that putting all this together, we're probably going to see slower growth. This year, we no longer have a recession call, but we do have growth hovering around zero around the middle of the year, but then picking up later this year as interest rates come down.
We got a draft communique from G20 finance ministers. Bloomberg News obtained that. Just one of the quotes from it. We note the likelihood of a soft landing in the global economy has increased. They believe the likelihood has increased. How much of that, Dana, is just down to the growth numbers we've seen out of America over the last 6 weeks or so?
Well, I guess it depends on how you define soft landing. I kind of define soft landing as not going into a global recession and inflation gauges around the world returning to 2%. Or, well, whatever the threshold is or the range is for each economy. In the U.S., it's clearly 2%. But we never called for a global recession. We did say that there were going to be regional recessions around the world, and we've seen that throughout Europe, parts of Latin America. China seeing very slow growth this year. Japan dipped into a recession. So we are seeing these minor recessions around the world. We could continue to see that this year. But in terms of a global recession, no. And we are pretty confident that inflation is going to continue to decelerate. Certainly, as many central banks have hiked interest rates very aggressively, some are actually starting to cut. And we think that the majors, being the US and Europe, will start cutting interest rates probably around the springtime, middle of this year.